Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. I'm Connor and welcome to A Swift Kick in the Teeth, my journeys with SwiftUI. And with that being said, let's get to it. Welcome to my shame. So we're first going to start off with how you enter the project. So when you launch the app enters through your main method, which in this case is a structure and a scene. Honestly, I found this whole process confusing. I'm not going to speak to scene. So here is the first view. It's the content view. We have a state object, which didn't work out for me. Next, we have the var body and sum view, just meaning that it's opaque. Next, we have the tab view. This is how you navigate each of these views underneath it. Home view, shop view, cart view. As you can see, they're tab items. We have labels and then images, system images, which are icons. We have the environmental object, and down below we have the content view previews, preview provider. Honestly, if I had one piece of advice, it would be just don't touch it. So each of these views is actually initializing the view inside it. So as you can see, now we're in the shop view. We click the icon. These are all buttons. That didn't work the way I wanted them to. Click another tab. Now we're in the cart view, the page that broke my heart. This is actually set up to work and does work with information passed into it. However, getting that information to transfer across different views, that did not work out. Here we're in the cart view just by itself. It's outside of the tab view. You can see the code inside it. It's made up of mostly H stacks, V stacks, spacers, some modifiers, and then we have text output using the variables and some formatters. And down below we have all the stuff we need. Here, if you look at where I show the frame width to 390, that's just how I got it to all poke out. This item row view could be a possibility to get the dynamic list to load, but honestly it was such a production that I was feeling quite disheartened. Here is my favorite page. This page uses, as you can see, state variables. State variables are variables that hold information that, when changed, forces anything that references that state variable to reload its content. While this page did break my heart, it does give a great opportunity to kind of just show how state variables work. So I'm going to go and I'm going to add in the variable. Here I put product image, but what I really mean is product price. So you're going to watch me poorly type some stuff for a minute while I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing here, and then see that I've got it correct. So here we've got the product price, and it's just going to update with the product price plus 1. Now the preview can be a little bit slow, so here is a video of me struggling with it for a minute to get it to work. Sometimes you have to reload it. All the preview runs through basically an emulator that emulates an iOS system. And now I finally got it to reload, so I'm going to show you what happens when we click the button. So we click the button, it changes the state property, it reloads again. On a weird side note, and an overshare, the Pomeranian that you see in the shirt referenced, well, that's a reference to my wife. Here I'm trying to explain some other variables, but it doesn't matter. The X in the top left corner is a button. It's using the SF symbols, just the X mark. But now I'm going to dive into the back end. So a lot of this is similar to what was in the previous video. I did add something called a set. A set is something mentioned in my first blog post but not really explained. It's basically a collection of types. So for here I just used an example of sizes, but I never really got to use them. But it exists and you have it if you need it. A lot of this code is very similar. I tried different things like having the titles, and here's an array of all the information initialized. It's pretty boring, I'm not gonna lie. And that's the app. So making this app was a lesson in humility, so I'm going to show off some of the things I actually am proud of. Here are some of my designs that you maybe didn't see that well in the video. You're probably thinking to yourself, hey Connor, isn't this filler? And you know what? You're probably right. But the important thing is to celebrate your victories. Arnold would want us to celebrate our victories, and I feel like that's the truth, and that truth is out there somewhere. The name Hamco actually stands for Human Animal Machine Company, but that's more of a secondary name. It really is just supposed to be ham. Here you can see this is Korean. Yes, I do know what it means, but if you don't, ask your Korean friend. This is a shirt I entitled The Story of Jesus. It has a quote from Run the Jewels. In the story of Jesus, the hero was killed by the state, and I feel like that really spoke to me.
Countdown.